Hey guys, I just want to talk about these really bad AI Coca-Cola ads. So for anyone that's not familiar with what happened, Coca-Cola, a company that has a lot of money, they hired these AI advertising commercial companies to produce, I guess, like recreations or reimagining of the Coca-Cola Christmas ad from the 90s. And they are very interesting, very very bizarre. So I wanted to start by just going over the 1995, the original Coca-Cola ad that these ads were trying to recreate. So let's watch this. All right, so so far we see a Christmas ornament and some lights pop up, and then the trucks start driving by, and these trucks are decked out, decking the halls with all the Christmas lights, right? And we haven't quite figured out what's going on yet, but there is a story here, so let's keep watching. So there's a massive line of trucks, like 7,000 trucks. Um, and so, still just seeing stuff. What's going on? Well, this is pretty interesting to watch, right? And whoa, what was that? You see that? Okay, so that was interesting. The trucks drove by and the lights went on, and these little kids, they have like a little childhood whimsical moment. That's pretty cool, right? Let's keep going. And then this guy, he's like a cranky, crotchety old man. He's putting up Christmas lights for like the 50th time in his life, and he's like, "Oh, why do I do this every year? Like, I'm too old for this crap, you know?" And when the trucks drive by, the lights go on, and it's like, "Whoa, look at this like Christmas magic." Christmas magic. It's almost like it reminds him of like why he's doing this in the first place. It's like, wow, I do it for the whimsy of Christmas. Um, and then you see the lights go on the bridge. Keep going. And then now this part's my favorite, right? It's like you see this truck, right? Imagine you're sitting in this truck and you drive up and there's like a million Coca-Cola trucks driving by. What do you well, how would you react to this situation, right? Because I know I would react to the situation and be like, "Oh my god, I have to sit here and wait like an hour for all these trucks to drive by. Are you kidding me?" Right? Um, but if you watch the commercial a little further, you're gonna see what happens here. It cuts to the truck and you see, oh, it's a dad and their kid, and they're actually happy about this. There's like a little twist here. There's a twist. It's like, wow, something that would normally be an inconvenience for the average person is like a cherished holiday moment for like a child and his dad. Like, isn't that crazy? And then the rest of it's just showing the back of the truck and says nothing lights up Christmas like Coca-Cola, because that's what the premise of the ad was: is that these trucks drive by, they lit up the environment, they lit up people's lives. We actually see three different stages of life. Like, we see like the little kids, we see the old man, and then we see a dad and his kid kind of blending the two together and bringing it all home at the end, and showing that, like, no matter how old you are or what stage of life you're in, Coca-Cola comes around during Christmas and makes your life better. Okay, whatever. That's the least cynical way I can ever categorize an advertisement. All right, so you got the idea, right? You got the main thrust of it, and we can start with this one because I think this is my favorite of the ads for many reasons. I'm not gonna go through every detail because I know it'll take me like 30 to 40 minutes if I really sat here and paused over every detail, but I do want to highlight a couple of the funniest things I saw in these ads, and we're gonna rank them. We're gonna decide which one achieves the goal the best. All right, so let's start with this one. Oh, okay, we got some weird looking animals. This polar bear has like a nauseating effect as you emerge from the water. We got some trucks that all look completely different. And I'm gonna note that there is some post processing done here because AI is not gonna generate a perfect Coca-Cola logo on every truck. I don't know what's going on. This looks almost like a carriage, like you would attach horses to it and then you would drive that through town. I don't. This isn't anything. Let's keep going. Got some trucks. All right. This shot's pretty funny. I just wanted to like point this out to you real quick. What's that? Like, is this like, this truck looks like it crashed into a tree. Like, you probably don't want to show that in the ad. That's probably not great, right? Okay. All right, this shot. Now, I'm going to be honest. I watched this ad many times. I didn't even notice this until like multiple viewings because it's so subtle. But like, watch it one more. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Let's see if you figure it out. All right. That shot is the first glimpse you have of the trucks lighting up the environment, right? That was it. Now, okay. Then we cut to a dog. All right, so I promised I wouldn't pause on every detail, but like I need to talk about this dog. So the dog this is a JPEG, and like obviously it's a JPEG because they used an AI generated image to make a video, but it's also a JPEG because this dog does not have the gift of life. He is just dead. And another funny detail, I want you to watch this one more time and listen very carefully. Now, I don't know if you heard it, but there is a very, very subtle panting sound effect, like the dog is panting. But because the dog isn't moving and you see like no motion to the mouth, it it looks like really bad, like I don't know, like amateur hour video, where it's like you could have done better here, man. You could have done better. Like, who watched this and was like, this is it. This is what we have to deliver to Coca-Cola. Like, I feel like I try to make intentionally bad AI, and then I see stuff like this and I just wonder, how do people make stuff that looks like this? Like, how do I get my stuff to look this bad? You're gonna have some squirrels here that like awkwardly move, their ears change. You got a snowman who can't wink, he can only blink. All right, so there were a couple shots in here, actually. So to their credit, where did it go? There's the bridge shot. There was this one right here. See, I couldn't even catch it. I was prepared for it. This shot here, right after the snowman, look, you get, if you blinked, you missed it, but like the lights turned on, the lights turning on the bridge, right? I don't understand the part about the satellite for some reason. That just is a little weird. A couple more shots with lights. They're kind of getting the idea. There's no snow or anything on this bridge, which is interesting, or no lights on the truck. So we kind of lost the plot on this shot here. But to their credit, in the end, they start to kind of get the point. Even though this truck has no engine and can't drive, like there's no physical way that truck is moving. They kind of get the point that like the lights are supposed to be turning on when the trucks go by. It's not crystal clear. And then we have a Santa sleigh that's just flying without any reindeer. Okay. So this is my favorite ad of the three, because it's not favorite because it's the best, but favorite because it's just like so emblematic of just like AI slop trying to like recreate something human and heartfelt, especially the dog. Like, the dog brings it all together. Not quite capturing the essence of like the trucks are driving by and they're lighting up the environment and lighting up people's lives. There are like very restrained instances of it in this ad, but it doesn't happen until like 30 seconds in, where you see even like a glimpse of that, and it's so subtle, and it's so like you have to be kind of looking for it to see it. And when in the original ad, it's just like it's the main focus, right? So this is the first one. So if I'm gonna rank these on a scale of like 1 to 5, and I'm gonna do it on the funny scale, and I'm gonna do it on like, is this a good ad scale? On the funny scale, this one's pretty good. I think this one's maybe like a 4, because the dog and the fact that they went in and they like poorly sound mixed like panting sound effect over that is just like chef's kiss perfect to me. Anything else? The truck driving without like a engine is really funny to me. The Santa sleigh without the reindeer is really funny to me. So it's definitely a solid 4 on the funny scale. On the good ad scale, I think it's the worst of the 3. I'm just gonna put that right there, and I'd say this one's like a 1, right? I can't give everything zeros. That's no fun. So we're just gonna go to the next one, and I'm gonna be a little less pausey on this one because there's less funny things to comment on. They are slightly better in quality as we go, but sorry for the volume being loud there. This is this is an ominous shot to start on. Like this looks like you're gonna like looks like where a drug deal is about to go down, but okay. And Santa, that was an awkward shot of a hand. That deer broke its neck. So I will say the funniest part about this ad is just the way that like shots get like, you know, thrown in from all directions at you. Like there's no cohesive anything. You just get shot after shot after shot every 2 seconds. This shot's funny because it's so blurry and these look like buses. Like I don't know what this shot was. And I will say they actually did the lights. They start with the lights early. Like they understood the assignment better. But this shot kills me. Like, listen, if you're having you're trying to create an ad with like cherished childhood memories, you do not want to invoke the idea of ducks walking into the street and potentially getting roadkill by Coca-Cola trucks, especially not a mama duck with a bunch of baby ducks. Like, come on, guys, let's get them out of the road, put them somewhere else. Like, okay. So you get little glimpses of the light stuff. It's a little more clear, but it's still very subdued. Like okay, we're gonna get to the shot in a second, but this is a shot where it's happening, right? Like watch this shot. Like it happens, like you see it, but you have to like kind of be looking for it. Where like in the original ad, it's so in your face. All right, so the first time I saw this, I like lost my mind because I was like, why are these monkeys like freezing to death in the snow, in the ice water? And I tried to like Google this, and I found that, you know, there are monkeys that like sit in like a hot spring. So I'm guessing that's what they were going for here. But it's so bizarre because they're in like a ice puddle on the ground. It doesn't feel like a hot spring, and it's so out of left field. You're just watching the trucks and you just see a monkey's face like pop out of nowhere. Like these weird, like they don't look real. Like they look like cartoon CG monkeys, but they're not. And they're just like sitting in the ground. And like the reason why I thought they were cold, like look at this monkey looks like he's holding himself, like he's freezing to death. And like it doesn't evoke the relaxation of like a hot spring because they're just like they're in the ground. And like what is it? This truck is gonna drive into like a hot spring? Like okay, anyway. Okay, I'll keep going. I don't want to comment on every detail. The way the trucks move are just kind of wonky. It's like, why is it going diagonally like into a tree? Oh man, it's so hard not to pause every detail. And this is what I'm talking about, how you just get random shots thrown at you. It's like, why is there just a cat? Why are there polar bears? Why are there weird rats and owls? This shot kills me because this dog has 4 nostrils and nobody paused and looked at this to be like, maybe we should fix this. And it's not hard to fix this. That's the part that's crazy to me. Like, AI is not, you know, I know AI is a low effort endeavor, but fixing like the noses on this dog so he doesn't have 4 nostrils is also a low effort endeavor. It takes you maybe a few more seconds to fix that, and nobody looked at this and said, let's fix that. All right, so this one, it's hard actually. It's hard because on the quality scale, it might we are in the relative realm of ranking AI slop, right? So on the quality level, like maybe this one's better than the last one. The last one just feels like every AI video I've ever seen on Twitter, right? So it doesn't feel unique. But this one is like worse from like a video editing standpoint because you're just getting shots thrown at you so rapidly that it's hard to process what's going on. Some of the shots look better than the other ones. Some of the shots look worse. It does a little bit of a better job conveying the lights because there's more shots and more screen time with it, but it's still not in your face, and it's still not giving you a narrative of like connecting on a human element. The most connecting element of this is the monkeys in the hot spring. And it's like, why are there monkeys in a hot spring? It's so weird. It's a weird ad. All right. Funniness. It's hard because the first time I saw the monkeys, I like died laughing. I was like, this is the funniest, like that has to be the funniest element, right? So like on a funny bad, It might rank higher than the dog. I forgot what I gave it already. I'm not taking the ranking super seriously. But on a funny element, maybe this one's like a 4 just because of the monkeys. On a good ad scale, I gave the last one a 1. Maybe this one's a 2 because they understood the assignment a little bit better. And even though there's like way too much happening for your brain to process all at once, maybe it's a little bit better. All right, so then all right, let's go to the last one. A lot of things I can say about this one because there's a behind the scenes thing to it, but I want to keep this brief and I don't want to get into it too much. So I've already talked about Coca-Cola AI generated ads way too much today. Weird shot here because this looks so like cartoony, like the bottle, the squirrel and the bears and all moving in slow motion. It's like there's something weird with the animals. Like I almost wonder if Coca-Cola gave them a framework that they had to follow because they all do kind of the same thing. So what's funny about like the lights, like some of the lights on the truck are like flickering in weird ways, but they're at least understanding the assignment. They're like, okay, we need lights to come up as the trucks drive by, and they at least got the idea of like cherished family moments going. This shot, I didn't mean to do that, my bad, but like this shot is like, what is this shot? Like, this is like terrifying. This is like the deer are gonna beat your ass. Why would you put this in here? This is not like this is like if you were a child and you want like a sense of whimsy watching a Coca-Cola ad, this is gonna give you nightmares. Got the bears, got uncanny valley looking people, got weird looking trucks. This truck just looks strange. More people. Now there's a shot coming up here. I want you to, I like the way that guy winks first. That's not the shot, but the way this guy kind of like has like a half, I'm sorry. Just watch his eyes. Okay, Santa's got some weird boots. Now, okay, I think it's the next shot. I want you to watch the way this guy holds up the Coca-Cola bottle and then the way Santa grabs the bottle. Just watch this. Now, I don't know if this is as funny to you as it is to me, but like this shot looks like this doesn't look like you're handing a bottle to somebody, because if you're handing it to Santa, Santa is like 10 feet tall, right? You're reaching up to hand it to him. So it looks like he's like admiring a bottle because I guess he's looking at the bottle. He's not looking at Santa. And so it doesn't look like he's handing it off to Santa. And then the bottle just kind of like pops into Santa's hand. So like watch it one more time just because I'm endlessly amused by this part of it. It just looks so unnatural, and you got the weird laughing girls, and I think that's the gist of this one. The only other funny part about this, and I wanted to save some time to not make this video 30 minutes long, but this shot right here they did in the behind the scenes video of it was like an arm rigged in 3ds Max, and then they had a bottle with like fluid dynamics in it, and it's just like, why would you go through that effort when you're just gonna run it through AI anyway? Like, you don't need to do all that. They show this stuff to make it look more technical, but if you actually understand how AI works, there's like so many better ways to do it. Like, why would you need to rig a hand for this? Like, how long is this shot? Let's just see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's like a 3-second shot. So I'm not saying there aren't instances where you would want to put effort into something like that, but man, when you're running it through AI, it's not the point. All right, so how do I rank this one? So on a funny scale, it's not as funny as the other ones. So that to me, it's like the most disappointing. It's on a funny scale, it's like a 1 just because of the guy handing the bottle off. I think that's funny. I don't think there was much else. The deer part is funny, but it's funny and it's just kind of spooky. Yeah, it's weird. On a good ad part, it looks like the most generic version of an ad where I would like see it and like never think about it again. Like, oh, that was a Coca-Cola holiday ad that didn't really like have a story to it, you know? So funny scale, I give it a 1. On the compared to the other 3 on being a good ad, maybe it's like a, did I give the other one a 2? Man, I was too generous. All right, I guess I'll give this one a 3. They all fail, like compared to the original ad, because none of them quite capture that sense of hey, Coca-Cola is bringing magic to people's lives. Like, they do get the bare minimum that the trucks are turning the lights on, but it doesn't feel like it's capturing the essence of the ad. It feels like there are human touches and human moments that are happening that we just don't see any of that. If anything, we spend more time with animals than we do with humans, you know? And like that's maybe the one shot that kind of captures the feel of the original right here. Like, oh, there's a happy child and dad looking at Coca-Cola trucks. Like that's probably the closest you're getting to the ad. But like are they, let me watch this again. Like they see the trucks like reflected, but there's no lights turning on. It's just they're looking at the trucks. Like it's the closest. Like it's like it's kind of recapturing that essence, but it's not quite there. So this is my biggest critique, and I'm gonna wrap it up by saying this. Like, you guys know me. You guys know I love goofing on weird AI stuff. But I hope that like the main takeaway from this is that it's actually the AI is just like a symptom of like the overall problem. It's like you don't quite understand what made the original ad good. And so if you had made this exact ad even without AI and you used traditional means and real humans everywhere and real trucks and everything, if you made it exactly the same, it still wouldn't be good because it's not really capturing the essence of the original ad. It's not really telling you a story in as tight and a cohesive way, which is funny to me because it's like these are, I'm assuming, like advertising agencies, companies that like make commercials for a living. So I just wonder if they were like, if they truly don't know how to do that, or if like somehow they were under some strict deadline to make this with AI for Christmas, and Coca-Cola gave them some crazy deadline. I don't know. It's so weird. But my point is like, as much as I like to goof on AI, it's rarely like always just the AI that's the problem. It's like the people that are using it don't quite understand the art that they're making. So whether they use AI or not, it just falls flat. Like, I think that's what I'm trying to say with all three of these. None of these really capture that feeling that the original ad do. All right, so we ranked them all. We talked about them all. Let's go enjoy our holidays and not watch any more Coca-Cola ads. And let me know what your favorite ads are in the comments. This is not engagement bait. I am not really good at doing the subtle YouTube thing or doing the overt YouTube thing. Make sure you leave in the comments what your favorite shot is from all of these ads, the funny details that you noticed that I didn't comment on, because trust me, there's a lot of them. All right, everyone, have a good one.